There we go. This time I remembered to unmute us the moment the podcast started.
And I opened myself.
What?
So, choppy.
Sorry, say that again. You
You
broke up.
need to you need to work on your promo. It's fucking choppy as shit.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. There appears to be some lag going on,
Yeah.
and it's not attributed to literally anything right now on my system. So I don't know what OBS is doing.
Yeah, no, that one looked weird. Not gonna lie.
I have no clue as to what's going on because I looked at it as well and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because I've set the output and everything to be normal, but wait. Why is everything locked? What the hell? Never mind. Forget that. I guess we're gonna have to lag a little tonight. Hello and welcome to the Voice from Behind podcast. I'm your host Eva. With me is the co-host Eva, who today is just a picture, but that doesn't matter. People just listen to this; they don't look at it. So, hello. Uh,
Considering the fact that I am not easy on the eyes, good
yeah,
for them.
because
That's a
because
nice choice.
I'm so easy on the eyes. Sure. Um, I'd like to welcome you to the start of Zombie Month, where we're gonna talk about zombie films. As you can see by the picture, we're talking about Dawn of the Dead and
Wait, Dawn of the Dead?
Day of the
Oh,
Dead.
Day of
Sorry,
the
Day of
Dead.
the Dead. I can't read.
Cause I was like, Dawn of the Dead, I didn't watch that one.
I,
I'd be in an interesting situation.
I
What are you
yeah.
doing
Sorry, I can't read. I can't fucking read. Yeah, we actually have some news this week as well, which is
here? Not good?
shocking, I guess, because we haven't had news in a while.
I was gonna say, oh, well, did you do anything interesting during the week?
I refunded AIM 2.
Okay.
It was only 45p, but I still refunded it because it controlled like shit, and it stuttered and crashed like 5 times, and I wasn't about to deal with that. Um, Played a bit more Blood, played a bit more. Touched Ion Fury for a bit, but that's still getting performance issues that I need to figure out. Uh,
Oh, I think that's the AMD issues that you're having.
yeah,
Because you have, yeah, that's not gonna be fixed. I mean, build engine is jank.
yeah.
This is eNuke, so that's not gonna be fixed.
I
Did you check the forums by any chance? Did you contact
no
the
no no.
developers?
I messaged the
Do that.
devs and I'm just waiting on a response from that. Um, what
I
else?
actually haven't touched it.
I
Did you play with Eternity? Did you beat Demon?
No, actually, I'm at the end of Demon now. The very, very, very end.
Ah, yeah, sorry, you're doing mid-level saves like a little bitch.
Of course I am.
Well, no, actually, that's fine.
No,
That's fine.
I save before I exit the game because if I feel like okay, I don't want to play this anymore, I'm tired of it. I'll save it and I'll
Oh,
exit.
I never get tired of Doom when I play a level.
Uh,
Outside of fun.
I started playing Human Revolution, Deus Ex.
Uh,
It's a good game. That I mean, now that it actually runs properly and it doesn't hitch every 2 seconds like on my old laptop,
no, the game is not good.
it's all right.
Deus Ex is pretty much the dead game at this point. The franchise is done and over.
Yeah, the no, Human Revolution is fine. I enjoy it. I mean, there isn't gonna be a Deus Ex game I'll enjoy more than the first one,
And the
but
second was good as
the
well.
second one's shit.
No, the second was more shooty. Shooting's way better.
Yeah, and every level feels like a little tiny box
Well, to
because it
be
was
fair,
made
you
for the
still,
Xbox and not the PC.
uh, still though, finish Eternity second episode
And
at
the
least.
FOV is shit, and
Uh,
there's a lot of shit in the second one, and and it
did you get
controls
to
like shit as well.
Sheol? Did you get to Sheol in Blood?
Just before. Just before. But yeah,
So
I've not
you're
done.
in the temple.
Yes,
you're,
yes, I'm in the fucking
yes.
temple.
Ah, yes, that level. That level.
Apart from that, I watched more Riverdale.
Okay, that's
That
weird.
show is getting worse and worse by the episode, and
Yeah.
especially after the last episode, I was in. Put it this way, Desi came over and we binged Beastars. That's a show
Oh, I know the show because I've read the manga. The manga's fucking amazing.
I will recommend. The show is fucking. I've read bits of the manga back at a point. The show we binged it in an afternoon because it's 12 episodes and it's 20 minutes each. And somebody asked me what Beastars was, and they pretty much said, "What the hell is this furry shit?"
Well, I'm gonna put it like that. It's racial anime. I'm gonna go with that one.
It's racial mixed with gender, a massive gender study, and this is a show written by a woman that actually understands men to like some frightening, deepest sort of see the cores that it's hard to explain. But there were points while we watched it where I just pointed at the screen and I was like, yes. And Desi looked at me and she went, I've never looked at it that way. I've never understood it. I've never. Are guys actually like this? I'm like, probably not all guys, but a lot of
So,
guys are very much like this. It's a show about a wolfman and a rabbit lady, and it's
and the and the elk guy,
and an elk
and
and a golden
and then
retriever who is an absolute goof.
it's a lot of things actually, because the manga goes far afterwards.
Yeah, but the
It's really complicated.
show ends, and it ends on such a fucking satisfying note.
No, not the manga. The manga goes full fucking downer.
Oh no, I know. I expect it to go downer, but the show ends. I'm not going to spoil. I'm not going to talk much about the plot. All I'm going to say is it's a high school drama, but everybody's an anthropomorphic animal, and they're living together in some sort of very oddly balanced community where
It's
carnivores are
it's
separate and they don't really eat herbivores, but there's a black market. And imagine Zootopia, add a bit of veg to it, and make it written better. And that's how you get Beastars.
I actually haven't seen Zootopia and I probably
You
won't.
should. It's actually one of the better sort of newer Disney films.
I just let's just say it doesn't have the best rep in the world.
True, but there's a lot of there where that you won't expect. It's basically just drugs and racism. That film, it's fucking great,
Mm.
but through the eyes of animals. And there's a lot of that in Beastars. But one of my friends asked me, she was like, what is this anime furry bullshit? Why am I supposed to watch this? Why are you recommending it? I'm like, you like Riverdale, don't you? She goes, I don't like it. I hate it, but I watch it. I'm like, right, imagine that, but it's written good. I was like, if a furry anime show with only 12 episodes can tell a more better concise stories with proper character arcs in 12 episodes than Riverdale has in the last 4 seasons, then there's a reason why I'm recommending it. Beast
Wait, Riverdale has a story? What?
Riverdale is spiraling so far down its own fucking ass. It's ridiculous. And you'd think characters are learning things, but no, all the characters are the exact same. Especially the main man, Archkins himself. He hasn't changed one bit over the last 4 seasons. He's the exact same character that he was when the show started. But yeah, I recommend Beastars. It's on Netflix as well, so if you have Netflix, it's super easy to get a hold of. And the English dub is fucking incredible as well. There's a couple of exceptions, but for the most part, the English dub is really, really good, especially for Lugosi.
Mm.
But apart from that, yeah, that's pretty much it. I've played some Deus Ex. I watched Beastars all the way through because I was watching the first episode, and Desi comes in and she goes, what is this? I'm like, just watch it. It's pretty good. Episode ends. Should we binge this? Yes, we should binge it. So we spent the afternoon just watching Beastars. Because all the episodes end pretty well as well. So you're like, oh shit, what's going to happen now? So you kind of want to carry on watching it. So yeah, I recommend Beastars to anyone that wants to watch some quality entertainment. And it's very well animated because it's all 3D. Well, mostly 3D. But it's not Berserk 2016 3D. It's actually really good 3D.
Debatable. I think that at this point we see that 3D in anime, we just expect it to be bad, even when it's possible.
Yeah, but this is pretty
We
good.
say it's good, but in reality it's still bad.
And
This is
it's
actually
it's got one of the
good.
best intros as well, where all
I
the
know.
the intro is stop motion and they're all like stuffed little puppets. It's cute. There's a lot of sex, a lot of weird sex in that show,
I know.
and every single character has great motivations and they're well rounded. And there's a murder mystery going on, and there's a hierarchy
I
going on with the fucking carnivores. I know you
I can.
know. I know you know. You've read the manga, but I'm saying for people that want to watch it, there's a lot more going on in that show than you might expect it from the opening, so to say.
Actually, this is the weaker part because afterwards it becomes a little bit better,
I know,
especially with
but it's been
the
confirmed for a
stuff.
season 2, so
Um,
and it allegedly might be coming out in July.
mm.
So and because it's Netflix, you can binge it all in one go. So that's good. Apart from that, what did you do this week?
Nothing much today. I ordered myself a burger
Oh
with
yeah.
parmigiano and sage fries and Oreo shake.
Oh, like a milkshake.
Yeah, I personally don't like milkshakes. I was
Neither
like,
do I.
fuck this mother.
That's why I was like milkshake. I'm not sure about that.
It's meh.
Okay.
I guess, but the burger, they fucking put onions on it.
See, I don't
Out of
mind onions on a burger, but
I
if they
can't
just show up, I know you can't because you get the farts, but
I can't digest them at all, so it's fucking dangerous for me to eat them. It's dangerous for everyone around me. But the meat was a little bit overcooked for my
oh,
taste, but it was
I
decent.
actually made burgers the other day as well. I made them pretty well.
Other than that, I watched a couple of Marky Mark movies.
Marky Mark.
Yeah, both of them are on Netflix. One of them is The Spencer Confidential, so some shit like that.
Let me have a look here.
Uh, it's fine. It's not great, but it's not
Not
that bad. But
terrible.
then again,
Okay.
yeah. But the thing is, it has Marky Mark, so I can't really hate it. He has this aura that no matter how much shit he does in the movie, how shitty the movie is, if he has Marky Mark,
Yeah. Oh, Spencer
yeah.
Confidential. That instead of Mark Wahlberg on the poster, it's fucking Post Malone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's also Post Malone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The other one was Mile 22, which is made by the same guy that made Spencer Confidential, and
Yeah.
Mile
And
22 is by far the worst one.
Is an eco in that one. I'm looking
Mhm.
at him on Netflix now.
Yeah, it was Iku is in it.
Okay.
Again, it's not good. It's not even good. You have Iku Vice, and he does nothing.
They wasted equal ice. Great.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. But we have Ronda Rousey, and she does not. You have Maggie from The Walking Dead. And well, she does something. The most fun movie I watched this whole fucking week is called A Monster, and it's a TV movie from 1999.
A monster.
Yeah, no,
Just monster.
with a exclamation at the end. 1990. I genuinely had fun watching that movie.
Monster! Exclamation. 1999. An hour and 35 minutes.
It's a TV movie.
Yeah. Let's have a look here. Tragedy strikes a small town's monster movie festival when the monster featured in the films comes to life. Oh no.
It's not that bad. It's genuinely. It's a TV movie, so I kind of expected shit, but it was this janky shit that kind of that can't hate it. You know that people behind it just genuinely enjoyed doing it, and they did the best they could. And some
Emmett
of
Walsh is in it, so.
yeah, I mean it's not the worst movie. Other than that, I've been watching a lot of Michael Penn on YouTube.
Who?
Yeah, I watched all of that.
Who did you watch? Sorry, you broke up.
Michael Penn.
Who's Michael Penn?
I know you don't know him.
Yeah,
Degenerate.
of course I don't know a lot of things, but
Other than that, I mean, it's been doing nothing. Should we get to the news?
talk about news. Let me do the transition because there is a bit of news.
Oh, wait. Earlier today, I watched a movie that you're gonna fucking enjoy, even though it's kind of Justice League Dark Apocalypse.
Just did a new transition. Doesn't matter. Justice League Dark, is that the animated one?
Apocalypse.
There's a
The
second
new
one.
one.
Is it good?
Oh. Eh.
Because the previous one was a bit as well.
No, Justice League Dark was kind of fine. This one was. This one was. What the fuck is this shit? It's. Let me put. You take the Flashpoint paradox and you
Yeah.
make it edgier.
Oh.
Oh dear lord, it was edgy as shit, man. It's kind of hilarious. Literally, the whole point is Superman gathers the Justice League and they go, you know what? We're gonna go to Apocalypse and stop they side.
The what?
I fucking forgot his name.
Dark Side?
Go to Dark Side, yeah, Dark Side. D side. Oh god. Oh, fucking American death metal bands. Yeah, they're gonna stop Dark Side. They go to Dark Side, and they all get killed. Almost all get killed. Guess
Okay.
how?
How?
Guess fucking how?
Anti-life equation.
Bullshit. Darkseid created a whole fucking army of parademons that were meshed with fucking Doomsday.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Sounds like some twisted fanfic that might actually work.
And they almost all of them die. It gets so bad. It gets 2 years in the future where humanity is almost dead and the Earth is gonna die and shit. It's fucking bad. And John Constantine's a drunk, and apparently Zatanna died at the fight.
Well,
or some shit
Constantine's always a drunk anyway, so.
No. He was fine before this. He was actually fine. And the rest of the Justice League just does not exist. And Superman just shows up back with Raven, who, by the way, Raven has a relationship with Damian Wayne. Oh yeah, Teen Titans are a part of this as well. And I'm gonna get to that part.
Was Raven with Damien?
Because there is no Beast Boy.
Yeah, but there's a age gap.
Not in that one.
But
Not in that one. But yeah, Superboy. Sorry, not Superboy. What was the name of Superman's son?
John,
The superhero name.
Superboy.
Nah, because you're thinking about Kyle.
No. It is Superboy. Let me have a look. There's a Super Sons comic series going where it's Damien and John.
No, he's shown there, and he's dead.
Okay.
Fucking Dick Grayson dies. And then Damien brings him back to life with the Lazarus Pit and breaks his mind. And he's in a restraining shield. By the way, fun fact. Corey. Wait, was it Corey?
Corey is Starfire.
Yeah, Starfire. Starfire is there as well.
Okay.
Fucking ripped apart. And she's made into this metallic demon-ish serpent that's brainwashed. You need to watch this
Okay, I
shit.
need to watch this now. This sounds over the top as hell.
It's edgy as shit. It's literally Flashpoint Paradox of fucking steroids. I was looking at it going like, wait, what the fuck am I what? Oh dear lord.
Because Flashpoint Paradox, the film gets super dark in places, but this is like, Jesus.
No, this one doesn't pull punches. This is just bloods and guts everywhere. Like, fuck me, man. I didn't expect that shit.
What's the animated direction? Is it the same as the newer stuff? Okay.
Design-wise, it's pretty okay.
Yeah,
Fucking Shiva gets
kind of poor lip syncing and very choppy animation. I can live with that.
Fucking Shiva gets headshotted and does Shiva, Lady Shiva.
The woman that can
Just
dodge
get-
bullets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, depends on how you define bullets, but yeah, that happens. I'm like, well, fucking half of them just almost died. It's implied that Constantine had a relationship with a shark person.
Fucking
I
hell.
don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. And because the shark person is next to fucking Harley, and then, they're like, oh, he's like, oh no, my ex. He was like, wait, you were with Harley? He was like, I'm not that insane. I was like, oh, dear
So
lord.
Harley's there as well.
Oh yeah.
Do you know
Fucking
what's
almost.
really started to annoy me about DC recently? Especially the animated stuff.
That they're doubling down on Harley being Harley.
they're doubling down on Harley in general.
Mm.
Like she's a good character, but she needs the Joker to be a full character, and having her on her own, doing her own thing because girl power doesn't always work.
Well, they're never gonna put her back with the Joker because that was an abusive relationship, and that's not something that's
Obviously,
okay.
but it was how can I put it? They're pushing her
But
a
yeah,
bit too hard. There's a lot more characters that can fill the same role, that can do the same thing.
yeah, Batman becomes the right hand of Darkseid after him being brainwashed,
That makes sense.
and he's literally doing the whole God of Wisdom shit where he's sitting on the throne and just teleporting, telling people to do their fucking job. I'm
Oh,
like,
oh,
what?
he's on the Mobius chair.
I don't think it's the Mobius show. I think he just got imprisoned on that one.
Oh,
It's weird. It's just that whole thing is just uh, but I don't know. The whole thing is just it's odd.
yeah, I might actually watch that now that you've said all the ludicrous shit that goes on in it. But
Oh no, that's only what the half of it.
yeah,
Like, trust me,
don't
it
tell me about
gets
the rest.
crazy.
I wanna.
Yeah, and it kind of goes, and the ending is kind of bad. I would have appreciated if it's, yeah, you see why I say it's bad.
Okay. Also, you know who the killer is in Beastars, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know who the killer is yet because the
Hmm.
first season doesn't reveal who the killer is. They only show him his silhouette, and near the end of the last episode, they show his point of view leaving the toilet, and Lugosi going, "Come on, we're late for class."
It's pretty easy to figure out who it is.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
just,
But
just look at the silhouette so you can tell straight away. But I didn't want to look at the silhouette, so
but here's the thing: Justice League Dark. I think the funniest thing about that whole thing is how utterly dysfunctional the Bat family is.
yep. If Bruce isn't around, they're tearing each other apart.
No, no, you're wrong. Fucking Damien loses his shit when Dick dies. He gets so fucking desperate that he revives him with the fucking Lazarus pit. I was sitting there going like,
Damien,
oh, that's
Damien, please, Damien, no.
he also the fucking Bruce almost snaps out of the fucking mind control, learning that Dick Grayson dies, which is literally just solidifies the fact that when I say that Batman functions as a normal human being as long as Dick Grayson and Alfred are alive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Those two
But
specifically, not his son, not any other Robins, not any of the girls. No, it's Dick and Alfred.
exactly,
It's the two that keep him sane.
and and at this point, Dick Grayson is the better Batman and almost like a fucking father to Damien. And Damien
Mm-hmm.
takes his death really bad because he's about to kill Superman. He's like, oh no, and this is over. No, you're
Okay,
not
I
going
need to
anywhere.
watch this. Definitely
He
need to
dead
watch
though.
this.
He you dead though. I lost. And he's just like I lost my. And for a second, there is like this little pause. You're like, oh, you were gonna say father, weren't you? So adorable, Damien. By the way, he becomes the leader of the League of Assassins. League of
That
Shadows.
that sounds like a decent progression for him, considering the situation they're in.
Yeah, it's just you see the issues I have with that movie. It,
Yeah,
it's like some of the shit is just it's so edgy. It's like why the fuck would you do this? But they did.
probably fan fiction. Speaking of
Maybe
weird
fan.
shit, Mortal Kombat 11
Uh-huh.
dropped a new story trailer. We're getting DLC with new characters, but we're actually getting story attached to the actual cinematic stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
We're getting Fujin in the game.
Okay.
Shiva is coming back in the game.
Oh dear lord. What about Boraicho?
Fuck Boraicho.
No, thou shalt not speak of lame ass characters such as Boraicho.
Fuck Boraicho and the vomit-ridden barrel he rode in on.
And that other useless piece of shit, the one that was with fucking Scarlet.
Which one? There's too many
Oh, he was
useless
no,
characters.
he was in the prequel comic book that came out that explains the story between 10 and 11. One of the dumbest fucking decisions I've seen in my entire life. Of what actually
Never read it.
happens.
I've read the
Yeah.
10 comics. Those are pretty fun. But
Would you like me to tell you a downer story?
no, I need to tell you something else about the trailer. One, it looks fucking incredible because we're getting a Shang Tsung centered story. Because the main characters that are Shang Tsung, Nightwolf, and Fujin.
Okay.
It's the three of them running around and trying to like fix time, and they
What?
revive.
Wait,
Basically, the
why the fuck would Shang Tsung care about this shit?
because he's
He
Shang
fucking
Tsung, he's gonna profit out of it somehow.
he profits either way.
Basically,
What the fuck?
the trailer starts with the ending where Raiden and Liu Kang start fixing time. And fucking Shang Tsung comes out of a fucking portal and he's like, nah, you destroyed Chronica's crown. Send me back in time and I'll fix it. And
And they're like, oh yeah, sure, you're trustworthy and
pretty much,
believable.
yeah. Well, it's Mortal Kombat. They're
Fuck.
all idiots. And basically, what it is, I guess this story will show us how basically Sindel and all the other DLC characters from the last DLC showed up. Because Sindel gets revived, and she is fucking smoking hot. I'll tell you that much.
She was fucking revived in the previous movie. Sorry, previous game. She was
Yes, she
revived
was
in
a Revenant, but she
Yeah,
wasn't anything in this in 11, and
didn't
she got brought back
exist.
as DLC.
She didn't exist in 10, like much like the rest of them.
Yeah.
The ones that were not
So
off screen because fucking reasons. Ermac, one of the strongest people there,
got,
he died off screen.
yeah,
That's cute.
but yeah,
Fucking stupid.
Shang Tsung is the main person you're gonna be playing with, I guess. And there's a lot of shit. They're reintroducing friendships in the game. A bunch of new stages, stage fatalities, and RoboCop.
Okay.
We're getting RoboCop as a playable character.
Would you like me to
Tell me the
you?
bad news.
Well, you know Big Gordon.
Yeah,
Well, he's not working for id Software.
I
Bethesda anymore.
know. They didn't. I read into that about the whole none of the tracks on the
No,
actual.
actually, no. He has 5 of them. The rest of them are not his, and he asked for them to give him
Give
to
him
let
more
him
time.
work,
Yeah,
not to give him more time because they didn't include his tracks, but to let him finish the tracks and they will be released into the DLC.
yeah.
They didn't, and he left. And then now the spat begins because now the Mick Gordon said, well, you know what, this happened and I'm not particularly happy, but I'll never work with these assholes again. And now Bethesda and id Software fired back at him.
By saying that
It's getting tight.
he spent too much time and didn't deliver him on schedule, so they had to mix it themselves. But he wanted to mix them and blah 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 blah. It's a long, winding fucking road. Yeah.
Is it bad for me to say that my favorite track from Doom Eternal was Final Sin, mostly because it's a riff of fucking Sandy City, which is probably the best Doom 2 sound.
Is that a
So-
Mick Gordon song or is it?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
It's literally the one I like the most, and it's not.
I think the only thing they fear is you is my favorite
Nah, that was mediocre.
because you
at
can
best.
mosh pretty well to that one.
Nah.
I'm still saying Rip and Tear from Doom 1 from 2016.
The only good one out of that one is the Hellwalker, the theme, the original theme.
On the fucking
Rip and
9-string
Tear
guitar.
bothers me.
No, I like. I've got them on Spotify. I've got both BFG Division and Rip and Tear, the proper sort of sequenced songs. They're pretty good. Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2 got another trailer.
Yeah, I don't think anyone cares about this shit anymore.
I care. They're going all in. It looks great.
Did you hear? The current news is that in Cyberpunk 2077 you can modify your genitals.
Yes, that made me laugh when I looked at it. It's a silly
It's not-
rumor.
it's not No, it's not a silly rumor. It's actually true.
Oh, it's actual.
Yeah, but this is newsworthy.
It's the same dumb shit as when in the Black Label comics.
No. Listen.
Tell me.
As long as I can thrust around a joke by monster dong condoms.
My condoms from my Magnum dong.
Monster dong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same dumb shit as when you know DC Black Label, don't you?
No.
Where they make 18 plus comics basically. Where there's
No.
gore and swearing and adult language and shit like that. They Brian Azzarello And what's his name? It's Brian Azzarello and the guy that always works with him.
Fuck should I know? I don't care about
I
this
will
shit.
tell you now. They did a comic series with Batman. It's a Black Label series, really well made. Holy shit! Let me see what his name was again. Well, I'm looking for him. So they did a Black series where obviously there's a lot of swearing and weird shit, and there's a shot where Batman takes off his suit in the cave, and there's a silhouette of him, and you can see his ding dong in that silhouette. And instead of focusing on the story or anything like that, where they discuss the story or anything like that, if I say anything like that one more time, the news outlets, instead of covering anything story-wise, they decided to freak out about the fact that you finally see Batman's ding dong. Instead of going, good job DC for making adult, comics with more adult themes and a lot of weird shit, and it's like, yeah, no, you saw Batman's ding dong, so we're gonna cover that instead. It's like, why? What? Just you can easily just write a story about how good the story was, or the central themes of the story. No, you can see his ding dong. Ha ha ha. It's the same as this right now with the cyberpunk stuff. It's like, haha, ding dongs. That's more important. You can. Conan Exiles did that as well, but nobody covered that game. He has disappeared.
Why?
Ah. Also, Flash Gordon is receiving a 4K re-release.
Okay.
And there's a Netflix movie coming out called Last Stand? Last Hour? Something. And it's with Charlize Theron, and an image came out. And I don't know how to feel about it. I'll send you the image. Paste. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. It's a thing, I guess.
What am I watching?
Yeah, I don't know. It's Charlize and there's guys. Is it Homefront Last Stand? I don't remember the name of the film because this looks incredibly generic. And wait, is she holding two guns?
Maybe so.
But how is she holding two guns when her hands are like all clasped? Okay. Oh. What's this? What's this here? Is that a laser sight? Is that a flame belch? What is that? The fuck is that? We will never know.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I don't think there is any more news of any sort of bigger importance, apart from ding dongs and Mortal Kombat. But yeah, there's one of the best friendships so far that I've seen is Sub-Zero skedaddles away, and he comes back on a little ice cream bike, and he makes ice cream cones. This is pretty good. This is that's what Mortal Kombat's about: ice cream cones and Kano cooking barbecue. Yeah, I'm trying to sift through some stuff here where, but nothing. I did see a trailer for a film, which was weird, but I didn't bother taking it out because it just didn't look that interesting. And speaking of not interesting, the Russo brothers said that music will be a big part of the Hercules film they're making.
Okay.
And apparently Extraction with Thor, with Chris Hemsworth, is doing pretty well. Apparently it's a decent film, but I've yet to see it, and there's a sequel already in the works. For those that don't know what Extraction is, it's one of those new Netflix original films where he fights people a lot. That's all I know. I've seen the trailer. That's about it. It looks good. There's a lot of good looking stunts, but Sylvester Stallone teases that he's working on a Demolition Man sequel. Why? Tisk tisk.
Anything else?
Nope. I don't see any more news that we might cover. That's about it. I mean, again, for once, it's been a quiet week because of things, but because it's the month of May where we talk about zombies, and last week I gave you a monthly film, a weekly month film, week zombie. It was Day of the Dead, the third film from George Romero buying Ferraris. George Romero, who is...
Yeah, I've seen before, and I don't particularly care for it.
I like it. Tells a good story. Has probably some of the best practical effects you'll see in a zombie film.
It does, but it's kind of meh after a while.
I mean, it shows you the approach that Romero takes towards his films quite a bit, because somebody described him as a blue collar director where he just makes movies and he doesn't care too much about them being too artsy or too fancy. It's very on the nose and it's very matter of fact the way he makes films. And this is one of the few that kind of subverts that, but not entirely. Like, there's no fancy lighting, there's a lot of good looking shots, but for the most part, it is a bunch of people in a bunker and they're having a crisis. That's this film.
It's a bunch of stupid people gathered in a place doing stupid shit, literally.
Yep.
You have two camps. One of them is the soldiers who are assholes, and one of them is the scientists and the civilians who are just stupid assholes.
Who are assholes as well. Everybody's an asshole in this film. Everybody's very mean.
Yeah.
Everybody's swearing a lot. There's a lot of a lot of fucking racist shit that wouldn't fly nowadays.
I guess I missed that part. Even to this day, I just zone out half the movie.
I do as well, but one of the best characters in the film is called Bub. Bub is the zombie who shows human characteristics, but basically they're in this bunker because the world's gone to shit, as it follows the events of 1 and 2, the first two Dead films. And it's where humanity is all hauled up and they're trying to find a cure, I guess, or find a way to live amongst the zombies. So we get these characters here where the military was sent to protect the scientists and help them, but now everybody's losing their shit because they're all slowly going insane.
Oh, well, they are insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically the movie follows the age-old trope formula of you get to meet the characters, all of them hold up. You get to spend a little bit time with them. You realize who's fighting for what, and then shit goes down because evil people do evil shit, stupid people do stupid shit. And our main lady is a woman who's pregnant from one of the guys that gets bitten and cuts his arm off, but that doesn't stop the infection. And he's basically just a walking person who ends up sacrificing himself. Oh yeah.
No, she's not pregnant because he's gay.
I mean, I don't know, in the end of the movie, she touches her fucking stomach with morning sickness.
Does she?
Uh-huh.
I always thought he was gay, just by the way he just acted.
No, he's losing his mind, fucking isolation.
Well.
But yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a thing.
It's possible.
I mean... Yeah, they never go that far because I don't think she knew what at the end of the movie.
No, but this is the first woman in a George Romero film that isn't sort of useless, because she's the main character of the film.
The better one, she does nothing the whole movie.
Yeah, she does. She speaks to people, and
So does
so does everybody.
Barbara. So does
They're
Barbara. They're
coming to
coming
get
to
you,
get you,
Barbara.
Barbara.
That
And she
movie is now
also
in the public
speaks.
domain, by the way.
It's been the public domain for the past 50 years at this point.
Has it? Been
Mm-hmm.
been a while, Jesus.
I mean, it's been for a long time.
It's on YouTube. This one's on YouTube as well, so you can go watch it.
But yeah, the one thing I fucking love about this movie is the effects.
Oh, the effects.
The effects are fucking amazing. People give a shit about it. I especially liked with one of the guys, gets his head ripped off, and they wrote this. What you call it?
The vocal cords like making weird
Yeah.
noises as his neck is getting ripped apart.
Well, they don't do vocal. They don't do weird noises. What actually happens is it's like a magnetic tape just being
Yeah,
pulled apart.
it sounds. It looks. It can clearly see it's a prosthetic head getting pulled out by the fucking eye sockets.
Well, by everything, it's a fucking prosthetic. Of course it
Yeah,
is.
but it all looks fucking incredible. Like
This, and the sound.
the sound, the music in this film as well. I felt like I was playing the original Deus Ex because it's 80s synthwave for the most part. And near the end, it moves into like rock and stuff when the zombies are there. And they're just like a wicked guitar solo going on. But even the
But
start, even the opening with the zombie that has got a weird looking head and the jaws falling off, and there's bits of the mouth missing. That again looks great.
I mean, the movie is fine. It's a classic, but for all the wrong reasons. Good effects, bad storytelling, bad acting, good atmosphere.
The acting is great. I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
I don't think so. I think
Joe
it's
Pilato in this film chews so much scenery that he is the standout of this film. Him and Bub are the best. Tell me,
By the way,
go on.
the actor that plays Bob also was the hitman in Lethal Weapon 2.
Was he?
Oh yeah, he was one of the hitmen in Lethal Weapon 2.
Huh. Let's meet Sherman Howard.
The makeup amazing. Just flat out fucking amazing.
The makeup, everything, even his acting as the fucking zombie
Oh
is
yeah.
is great. He's
The story nonsensical, even by zombie standards.
Hitman number 3. Yeah. The story is they're trying to see if they can survive, and the people are the monsters, not the zombies. And they managed to make a zombie be very sympathetic. Oh, stop yawning! I'm yawning as well.
I'm just tired.
So am I. And they make the zombies very sympathetic, especially Bub, who learns things, and he has learned he can salute because he's a former military. He somebody described him as the original nemesis, like in the RE3, where Bub will not rest until his revenge is exacted. And one of the best one-liners, which isn't even a one-liner, it's Bub himself shooting Rhodes one last time as the zombies take, and he just salutes and he walks away. It's a good payoff. And again, that is also an incredibly gruesome kill where, like, they're ripping him apart and his legs are coming off, and there's fucking. Those were cow guts, by the way, that they used for that.
Oh,
I watched the AVGN recap of that.
uh, I mean,
It's a good film.
I think that I think that the movie just it serves a function, but overall, I've seen better zombie movies.
Yeah, but it's much like most Romero films. They serve a function and they tell a story. Again,
I
they're
don't think
very
so.
matter of fact.
I think that the first Dead film was much better than this.
Yeah, but the first was also an incredible downer because the ending is horrific.
Well, this was also kind of a downer.
Yeah, but the ending is a happy one.
Meh.
It's still kind of a happy ending, with it ending on the beach, like suggested earlier by the racial stereotype. While the first one is, we're don't worry, we're not affected. And they all get shot to shit.
So for next week,
Yes.
you will just. This is a movie that will not exist. in today's
Oh no.
stuff. It's a movie from 2009, a UK movie.
Okay.
It's called A Doghouse. One word.
Oh no, no, no.
It has
I've seen.
Danny Dyer in it.
I think I've seen this before.
I think I've shown you this movie
Doghouse
before.
2009. Yeah, I've seen this before.
Yeah, I think I've shown it to you.
A
It's
group
time you
of men
revisit it.
travel to a remote village to help a buddy get over his divorce and quickly discover the women in the town have become infected with a virus which turns them into man-hating cannibals.
Oh yeah,
Oh, why would you do this to me?
it's actually a good movie. A genuinely likable cast with genuine laughs. It's not every day I get to say this, but this is one of the few UK movies I genuinely just liked.
Joe, actually, I'll tell you, I forgot. You know what I watched? I watched Dog Soldiers.
I've seen that movie. That movie's shit.
The camera work is terrible, but the story's pretty alright.
No, everything's shit. See, I saw a couple years ago with Scott. We went to a cinema. It was a werewolf night.
Yeah.
There is a rule about werewolf movies. No matter how fucking shit your movie is,
Yeah.
trust me, there's a lot of shit werewolf movies. You never, ever fuck up the goddamn transformation scene. People live for this shit in
Yeah.
those movies. And they did. Dog Soldiers is one of the worst transformations scenes I've seen. It's literally even skimped.
It's
It's
completely
almost
skipped, yeah.
It's just bad.
I also watched Death Watch, I forgot to say as well.
Oh god, that movie.
Again, not terrible. But there's a lot of weird overacting, which just is unnecessary. But
Wait, which one was
Death Watch is the World War One psychological. Are they in hell? Are they in real life? The barbed wire. Andy Serkis. Look it up.
The 2002 version.
2001, 2002, whenever it came out. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I remember this movie.
that's not bad. There's a lot of weird hell allegories in it, and there's a lot of fucking great gore. But okay, I'm watching Doghouse for next week. That's gonna be a doozy.
No, you fucking piss your pants laughing. It's
Uh.
British people being British and funny for once.
Hey, because at first he said British in comedy, I was like, is he gonna give me Shaun of the Dead, the movie that's been discussed to death? But okay,
A bit too over discussed in my opinion.
yeah. People don't talk about World's End enough. I think that's the best one of the three. Well, no, Hot Fuzz is the best one, but
I think I don't think I've seen World's End.
World's End is honestly, it's the funniest out of the three, that's for sure. And it's got the best sort of
Because I never
action.
laughed during Shaun of the Dead. I never found it funny. Hot Fuzz, I found specific moments funny.
Yeah. You should totally watch The World's End. I'll give you another one to watch as well. I forget the name of it. Hold on. British. See if I can find it just because I forget the name of it. And I remember seeing it a couple of times on AXN or on HBO, wherever. It's a frequently asked questions about time travel.
Oh, I've seen that one.
It's a fun film. I highly recommend it.
I know, I've seen it 1,000 times. It's really good.
It's a really good time, but it's also a big downer as well. And there's a lot of morbid and like horrible horror things in that film as well. It
actually tackles fucking time traveling for once. With a little
it
bit
tackles
more
it really well as well for a comedy
Okay.
film. So that's I say watch that. That's a pretty fun film. But okay, Doghouse. Great. Have you got anything to add then, sir?
Nah,
Nah, bruv.
bruv.
Nothing,
So good.
bruv.
Aye, bruv.
Aye.
In it, bruv, Destiny.
In it, this one. Okay.
In it, bruv.
So yeah, Voices from Behind, episode 67, going down in history as one of the shorter ones, even though we thought we were going to have more news. But I guess when you do nothing all week, it gets harder and harder to. Oh, I'll tell you what I did. I have nearly learned a song to play.
Which one?
Crystal Mountain by Death.
Okay.
So there's.
This is my face. Okay.
I don't know how long you've been going, but you have no sound, says King of Bears. We have sound. It's all the sound's running. It's running on my end. And the recording's running.
Wait. No, wait.
What?
We have sound. I just
Yeah,
checked.
we have sound, yeah. He's muted us.
Good job, Dorker.
I've done... Everything's running on my end. This time. Well, anyway. Yeah. That's a good. It's a fun song to play. There's a couple of runs where I'm still struggling because if I practiced more, especially scales, I'd be acing it straight away. But oh well. Have you got anything to add then, sir?
Not really. Just no.
No. Yeah.
I mean, people are getting more and more insane.
Yeah, people are going more and more ill as well because the weather's nice. So everybody's outside because they're all fucking idiots.
Nah. Actually, supposedly the quarantine is gonna be dropped in like a couple of days.
Nah, we've passed France in sickness.
I'm not sure that he cares about it.
Yeah, good point.
Honestly, I want this shit to end. I'm just done
I
mentally.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. I kind of want to be back in work.
We all do.
Yeah.
Wanna do shit.
But yeah, and I kind of just want to go out and chill out in town. Go to the pub, go to cafe, and not just sit at home and go for a walk to the park once a day. Even though I'm not complaining about that. All right then. This has been Voices from Behind, episode 67, where we talked about Day of the Dead. Next week, we're going to talk about Doghouse. Yeah. Goodbye. Find us in all the usual spots and all the usual places. I'm sorry if the intro was choppy for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on. The outro might be choppy as well. Whatever. I don't know what the fuck is happening with OBS. Or with my Windows, for that matter. I might have to reinstall the fucker. All right. Goodbye. Say goodbye, sir.
Goodbye.
And we will see you all next week on the Voices from Behind podcast. Hey.